Bob Coppedge, CEO of Simplex IT, Crotchio Geek, and I'm here at the end, or actually the end of day one, beginning of day two for the Pax8 Beyond. Wanted to give a quick review. Those of you who know me, you know I'm a big fan of both Pax8 and that legend in his own mind, and the rest of ours as well, Rob Rae. When they put on a conference, they put on both a show as far as an experience goes, but also they try to extend really what it is you're going to walk away with. And the Beyond 24 is no exception to that. So why is this a good conference? Is because really at the end of the day, am I going to be a better MSP, managed service provider, through this? And do they give enough opportunities for MSPs who want to improve to do so? And the answer is a resounding-ish yes. So what do I mean by resounding-ish? So MSPs in any organization really is going to be different levels of maturity. And so an organization, yeah, I'm going to use the word maturity like it has to do with me. So from an organizational standpoint, we came here, and by the way, I'm also attended or accompanied by COO Patty Smirk, Kurt Ketchum, who's the managed service director, and my wife Julie, who is part of the advisory team, top management level. Anywho, we came here with very specific goals and objectives to accomplish. We wanted to make sure that we've got a good vendor mix for us. We're going to be doing something over on the manufacturing world for what we call Model 25, and we wanted to make sure that our vendor partners, both the ones we know about and ones we possibly could, are going to be able to work with us, and boy, did we get interest. So that's going to be some cool stuff. You'll know about that more probably the end of third quarter. Anywho, so we were able to have some really good conversations with specific vendors that we knew we wanted to talk about ahead of time. Also, we know, like everybody else, you may have heard of this AI thing. It sounds so cool. I wonder what those letters stand for. But one of the big things is that Microsoft is really, and I'll use the term betting the farm, and I don't use that term lightly, but this reminds me of what Microsoft did when they first introduced Office 365, or B+, it was the first. Also reminds me of when Microsoft was doing Small Business Server, when they did the browser wars, and when they converted to a complete GUI interface with Windows 95. It's the same type of Microsoft as betting the farm, and from a partner program, it makes sense for us to get more involved and more aligned with them. Thankfully, Pax8 has a great program and great resources, and we're just doubling down on how to take the most advantage of it, because Microsoft is not the best in terms of really developing great content for the small, medium businesses outside of, hey, here it is, go use it. So it wouldn't be a conference without vendors, and Simplex IT wouldn't be a managed service provider without partners. And Pax8 creates a, call it marketplace, with a lot of relationships that Simplex IT and therefore our clients both depend upon and get great value out of. So it was a great opportunity not only for us to catch up face to face with a lot of our partners, but also introduce them to Patty as COO and also Kurt as managed service director, to make sure we've got them, our vendor partners, talking with the right parties here, because when it comes to technical issues, nobody wants to talk to me. And when it comes really to moving the Simplex IT organization to that next level, nobody wants to talk to me. But Kurt, Patty, yeah, they want to. So it's great to finally put some actual handshakes and occasionally hugs as we move forward with that. And as far as keynotes go, you had Amy Van Dyken, who is a Olympic, so apparently she ties the record for the most gold medals for swimming. I'm not a huge sports person, but it was a great speech because she also is in a wheelchair as a result of a SUV accident. And it's really always annoying to watch people up on stage who have more energy in 30 seconds than I have throughout the entirety of 2014. I just pulled that year out of the hat, but it was interesting. And I'm not one for the inspirational talk or all that kind of good stuff, but her story was compelling, and it's always great to hear that. I am looking forward also to Malcolm Gladwell, who is an author, and just any of you who do my Biz Talk or Biz Tech twists, you know I love to look at issues from different perspectives, and boy, nobody does it better. So I'm really looking forward to his talk later today. And the bottom line is this. I have 4 people here. I'm paying hotel, airfare, conference fees, opportunity cost by them not being in the office, although we're still keeping in touch. It's a significant investment of time and money, but it's important because we're looking to get the best value, the best bang for the buck we can for Simplex IT and also for delivering to our clients. And if you just send me, it's not going to happen. So that doesn't mean you're going to see all an entourage of Simplex IT people at all the conferences. We're going to be surgical. Some only Patty will go, some only Kurt will go, some only I'll go, and a lot of them I won't go because quite honestly, there are too many conferences in the managed service field. That said, Pax8 Beyond stands alone, stands by itself. And Rob will buy me a cider if I ask him to, nicely. Who else is going to do that? Anyhow, let me know comments, and if you're here at Pax8 and you see this and you see me, hit me up. I'll give you a copy of my book. I Don't Want Your Job as Co-Managed IT Services, the right fit for you. I know you're probably an MSP, but A, you can honk your horn, and B, you'll get a better feel for how to best talk to your internal IT potential client. Anyway, let me know what you think. So Pax8 Beyond is over. It's now Wednesday morning. I can't keep track. I've already had 3 meetings with work as I get ready to fly home later today. So again, Pax8 is a reseller of goods and services, mostly subscription-based services and the like, that we use as a managed service provider for our clients. And boy, is that simplifying it, because one of the key things that they've done is Pax8 has doubled down on the enabling, empowering, educating their clients, like Simplex IT, not only to the products that we resell, but also the value that we add to the products that we resell. And we deal with a lot of resellers, both over the years and just in general. And Pax8 has always stood apart by their investment in terms of things that'll make us more successful. And kudos to them for that. And they unveiled their new marketplace environment, which has some challenges in my opinion, but has much more opportunity and promise long-term. And you'll hear more on that both from us as well as from Pax8. If you are a managed service provider and you're not partnering with Pax8, I strongly suggest that. The other thing that we've developed, because Patty, COO, and Kurt, Managed Service Director, is really it doubled down. We were able to take what our plans were for not only the second half of 24, but really 25 as well. We had some ideas of here's what we want to do, and we were able to double down not only on the fact that these were the right moves for us to make, but also what are the best ways for us to move forward, both in terms of resources that Pax8 and some of the other partners are going to be able to get to us, but also resources that we're going to have to allocate on our own. There's going to be a lot of investment, and yes, one of them is AI. But the other one is IIoT. And talking with some good partners on that, I'm really optimistic that we're going to be able to make a good impact for clients that work with us in both those particular areas. But without falling victim or giving into that, let's really hype, especially AI. I mean, let's treat it for what it does and what it does well, and prevent it from doing what it does poorly. And I think we're going to be able to do that. A big part of that is because of the resources that we have with Pax8. And it's interesting because when you take a look at the Microsoft resources as far as Copilot and AI, they're great, but they're more aimed on the enterprise level. Pax8's really done a lot in terms of the AI and Copilot resources that are available to the SMB. So we've got that. I've also had some really great conversations. You're going to hear about, I've got my podcast, Biz Tech Twists. There are going to be some real interesting topics and guests over the next 4 to 6 months. Because I've got that many people lined up to talk to. And I would also say, just as a side note, I want to get more Cleveland, Northeast Ohio folks on my podcast to talk about business and technology. Anyway, we'll get to that. But I think that's the key thing. Bottom line is, absolutely, Pax8 is right now the sweetheart partner in the managed service. In my opinion, there's no other organization that has as much trust and as much relationship built in to their mantra as far as the industry goes. And there is no other conference at this point that's an MSP conference that does as much to push that forward without being all about them. So, cool, good stuff. Look forward to Pax8's Beyond 25, already registered. And we'll throw some pictures in throughout this thing as far as some things that were going on. Oh, and got a chance to hear Malcolm Gladwell. Those of you who haven't checked him out, check out his stuff. Excellent author, tremendous insights, and very, very different perspectives of looking at issues of the day. All right, that's all I got. Catch y'all later.